said, we got a crazy guest today, man. Y'all been asking for this. I told y'all to get the light go, the sub go. I did it. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild. Stay tuned, man. You ever seen anybody fall?
I've fallen. I remember I did a music video in an abandoned strip club.
What's the most you ever made in one night?
I think it was like 1,100, 1,200.
And one catch I used to play with back in the day. Nigga, cash ain't never passed. The rhyme, so you want.
Okay, hi, my name is Blue. Baby Blue is my full dancer name. I am currently living in Grand Rapids right now. But, yeah.
You do?
So I'm a dancer. I work at a bikini bar, but I've also traveled at different clubs for like actually stripping and then bikini bars and stuff like that.
How long you been dancing?
For 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Yeah.
I'm scared to ask your age.
I'm 31.
31?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 28.
Nope, I take good care of myself, I guess.
31?
Yep, I'll be 32 this year.
I was not expecting that.
Mm-hmm.
What you like, 93?
94.
Ooh. I was like, that's still 6 more years for me. I was born 2000.
Oh my gosh, just a little guy. Yeah, so I started when I was 23, and then like a couple years went by, and then COVID happened.
Okay.
And all the clubs in Michigan were pretty much closed, so I had to go to Indiana to work down there. So
How was that like?
it was definitely a different experience.
Was it like more one-on-one?
So the club that I went to, it actually like burned down, I guess. But it was like it was a smaller club, and then they had like hot tub rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of like a wet rooms or whatever.
That sounds crazy.
So yeah, it was definitely different. Wasn't one of my favorite clubs, but COVID really got bad.
So did y'all still make good money during COVID?
So there would be some parties like in the city that were like people would throw, or they had spaces or whatever that they would have, and then they'd hire like a couple dancers and kind of have like the after hours.
Okay, that makes sense.
But that was only just for COVID.
So when you go back to work, like 2022? I know 2021 was still kind of weird.
Yeah, 21, it was 22. Yeah, because like everything did open up, but then we opened up and then we closed, and then we had to wear masks. And
you had to wear masks dancing?
Yeah, that was...
Like a COVID mask?
Yeah, well, some of us had like
designer masks?
Yeah, designer masks and stuff. But that was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, you can't breathe for real, no.
No, and especially like, because we have to at least dance to 2 songs because we have one stage, but some of us will either dance to 3 or 4 songs, and then like having to do that at a time, and then with the mask on, it was challenging for sure.
No, that's crazy. I don't know if I would have went to the strip club and seen the COVID mask in there.
Yeah, we had to wear them for quite a long time, actually. We had to they took it a little bit more serious because our clientele is a lot more like older regulars and stuff. It's like a little dive bar.
Do you have to take a COVID test every day?
Not every day, but so certain places you did, but it wasn't every day. But like if you felt sick, then you couldn't come back until you got a note that you were cleared.
Okay. So do you travel a lot then? Like you go to different clubs?
I do. I literally have. So after COVID, and then I had a little bit of traveling experience. I started traveling. I've been to Vegas, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma, Indiana, Illinois. I feel like I'm forgetting one somewhere else. But yeah, those are the ones that I've been to. I really liked going down south though.
It's like a dream strip club you want to go to, like Magic or...
Oh, okay, so I actually did go to one as a customer, and it was like the one that Drake always goes to in Miami. So that was pretty cool, but no, Not really. I mean, it'd be cool to go overseas to dance.
I didn't know it was popular overseas like that.
Yeah, you could go overseas. I mean, it's different. It's a different type of hustle. But there's some places that they basically can give you the option to work for your room and board. And it's not that expensive, especially if it's in a... I know a girl that went to Guatemala and only had to pay like $200 a night or something like that. Maybe less than that. Maybe it was a week. $200 for the whole week. And then she just was there for 3 months because it's like a 3-month span that you have to stay. So that would be really cool to like kind of experience.
So it's like, is there a big leagues of clubs? Like, is Magic like the top tier?
I guess it just I would think that it just depends on like the area. Obviously it's one of the biggest clubs known. I don't know how it. I mean, I'm sure it's good for money wise too. So it just depends on like the city, and it depends on when, because it's not. I don't know one club that is good all year round.
So what's the best time in the summer?
Yeah. So I keep track of everything in a book. Like I write everything down. I'm very old school about it. So I was going back through my books from last year, and summer was pretty good. I would say. March was decent as well, but I remember having to work like day shift and night shift. So I'd have to like do doubles and stuff. So that was it gets tiring.
What's the most you ever made in one night?
I want to say in one night, I think it was like 1,100 or 1,200.
In one night?
In one night, and I worked from 8 to 2.
People make that in 2 weeks.
I know. But, you know, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. I remember it was like a customer that I've never seen before, and he just like had popped in and was like, "What's up? Let's ball out, hang out." So it was cool. It was fun.
Oh, you made 1,200 on one person?
Oh
yeah, see, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I spent the whole night with him.
The whole shift, the 8 to 2?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, he got there around like 9ish, cause and I think I really got there at like 7:30.
Yeah, he might have fell in love.
Are you originally from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you from?
I was born in Michigan, but I grew up in Oklahoma, and then I moved to Michigan in high school when I started my freshman year.
That was like 20 years ago.
Kidding.
Wait, so y'all allowed to drink on the job or no? I feel like y'all.
Yeah, we can drink on the job.
Y'all can drink on there?
Yeah, as long as it's like, you know.
They ain't like an insurance claim or nothing? Like.
I've worked at some clubs where you're not allowed to drink, or you can only have like a 2-drink maximum, and like they're like shots like that, and like the Dixie cups, and you have to buy like these chips or something like that.
Some chips.
Yeah, like well, like they give you like these drink coins.
Oh, okay. You gotta cash them in. Is that a normal thing? You just go for one day?
So when I went to Vegas, I stayed for a week. And then when I went to Dallas, I stayed, I think, for like almost 2 weeks. And then I stayed in Oklahoma for a week. I was supposed to stay longer, but I left early. And then, I did like a little opening thing for Jocelyn's Cabaret's tour in Illinois, like at the bottom of it. And because I don't think there's clubs allowed in Missouri.
See, I would have never knew that.
Because how we had it was like we stayed in Missouri, but then we went across the bridge to Illinois, and there was like 10 clubs right there. So it must be like a city ordinance thing or something like that.
I would have never knew that.
Yeah. Some clubs like the club that I work at, it's just a bikini bar because that's the city ordinance. And then like 20 minutes away, you can go to a club that's fully nude.
Did you make good money in Vegas? I feel like it's a lot of strip clubs on
Vegas, it was an experience. I don't think it was like more of like a money thing, but it's hard because a lot of girls, you know, they have the fake boobs, the fake ass, everything. So it's really hard, and it's like all of that, and then you get like there was me. And I'm just like, hey, I got tattoos and everything, so and that's another thing. Certain clubs like won't hire you if you got like tattoos, too many tattoos.
For real?
Yeah, because some clubs don't like the alternative look. Tattoos are like considered.
I never knew that. How many tattoos you got?
Over 20.
When you start getting tattoos?
When I was 15.
I'm around the same time. I got my first tattoo going into middle school.
Yep. I think I was 8th grade or freshman in high school when I got mine.
That shit get addicting.
Yeah. Well, my first one was my, I have one right here, and it's my aunt's handwriting, and it says realize, realize, realize.
Oh, you didn't start small like normal people?
No.
You gotta start with something small. And you started at that ain't hurt?
No, not really. I think for this, my knee tattoo, which is actually so funny because when I went to dance, me and my girlfriend got a tattoo together. Hers turned out super cool, and then it came my turn. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. Like, I'm like getting really hot. And so I told the dude, I'm like, you gotta stop for a second. And I literally passed out and threw up at the same time.
Huh?
Literally passed out and threw up at the same time. Had to come back the next day to get it, like, somewhat finished. And then I'm now working on a cover-up for it.
A cover-up?
Yes.
You wouldn't like it?
Well, I was just like, I don't have the time to sit here and like do all this because I took the day before was the day that we were like having the time to sit here and wait for the tattoos and all that stuff. Yeah. But the next day I was like, I gotta go to work. I gotta go to the club. And I remember I went to have it finished, and I was. I didn't get hired, to say the least, from one of the clubs that I auditioned at, which is fine. But now I'm getting it covered, and this is the most painful spot I've ever had.
See, that's the only one I heard was the knee. I always ask people that.
My knee and the back of my calf.
Yeah, I'll never get that anyways.
Yeah. My arms were fine. Yeah, it's just this spot hurts the worst for me.
See, I always ask people. Everybody said it don't hurt. I got a chest tattoo. That shit hurt like hell. And every time I say, nobody say it hurt. That shit hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I have my roses right here.
See, that ain't hurt?
I got this and this one. I have two on the one side. I have one on each side.
That shit hurt.
And then I got my septum pierced the same day, like right after.
You might like that shit. You might like that because that shit hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it does hurt. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt, but it's definitely pain is beauty, I guess. I have a tattoo gun, and one of my girlfriends and I, we were hanging out one night, and we were just like, should we get each other tattoos? So I gave her my initial, and she gave me her initial.
We're friends for. I don't think me and my friends are that close. Well, I wouldn't even trust them to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we've been friends for like 5 years, so it was bound to happen at one point.
It's a long ass time for girls.
Yeah.
It's like 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Girls don't usually have friends that long.
Very true, very true.
You got like a playlist when you go on stage, or like it just depends?
So, I feel like I've danced at so many different clubs, especially like when I worked down south. I worked at a club that only played country music. Only country music.
How do you dance to country music?
You make it work. Let's just say.
Like slow country or fast country?
Slow or fast, literally. All country music. So then you like adapt to that kind of style. Mm-hmm. And then there's another club that only plays like, will only play like rock and roll. Those old records on the shelf, I sit and listen to them by myself.
That might be worse to dance to. I think it get worse.
And then it just like depends. So wherever I'm at, because if it's just a club that I'm going to for a couple of days, I'm not really worried. I'm just like, I can dance to anything. So, But my home club that I work at, they have a playlist of all the music I've requested, because they, like, some places will only use a jukebox.
Yeah.
Or some places.
Well, jukebox, like, where people can do it themselves?
Oh yeah. When I worked in Indiana, they only had a jukebox and like only 50 songs. Mm-hmm. So a bunch of girls would be dancing the same song over and over and over. was pretty hectic. But yeah, so my home club right now is just kind of like all of the music I've danced to, and I think it's always good to start off with slower jam music to dance, because then you get to the feel of things. It's like you got to ease yourself into it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find every girl has a different style too, and then you got to get used to dancing to their music.
So do you pick your own music sometimes, or just
sometimes or they'll give you like you can give them like general idea of what kind of music you're like into or can dance to, but yeah, just like a general idea.
So what you usually use, old school music or new?
A little bit of both, honestly. I like dancing to, say if I'm on day shift, it's more slower paced. I want to dance like slower music, like R&B or something slow. And then at night I'm like, okay, let's get this party jumping. And my home club now plays a lot of like EDM music.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a lot of EDM and some rap, because the club that I'm working at now, it has to be a 2-minute and 30-second song, each song.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't be excessively swear words and.
At a club?
Yeah.
It's not family friendly.
I know. But it's just, I think it's just because like the older.
Oh, okay.
The older crowd, we gotta have some middle age. Yeah. So I guess to like a lot of like girl rap too.
I can see that. Like, is it boring during the day, or does people actually come in?
Like my day shift, we're open from 2 to 2. So I'll get in there around 4, because that's when like everyone's getting out of work and like summertime now, so traffic is gonna start backing up. So they'll stop in there, wait it out, and just hang out for a couple hours, and then like leave around 8.
They be dead, or there's a lot of old people that come that way.
So I noticed that it is older people at the club that I'm at, but like the clientele is kind of also older too. But we are in a college town too, so we have certain nights, theme nights. Mm-hmm. Like I think it was Sunday is service industry night. We have college night, veterans night, or Veterans Day. You get free entry, and then if you go to any event downtown and you show your ticket stub, you can get a free entry.
That's fire.
So it just depends on like the days too, and the nights. It's just a mixture of both, I want to say. So
they're all 21 and up, because you guys sell liquor, or is it 18?
We can do it. We're 18 and up, but so normally in most clubs it's like 18 or up, but you have to buy one drink, like a pop or something, or a Red Bull. And then even for the 21 up, you have to buy a drink, one drink minimum.
Damn. Mm-hmm. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's different clubs are different rules and regulations and stuff like that.
I see that. I just seen an event for these midget strippers that's coming out here.
Oh, out here?
Yeah. Or somewhere, I don't know where they come. I know they come to Michigan. I don't know what city.
Yeah, I feel like Lansing at the Deja Vu.
It might be that. I think.
Or Kalamazoo. I feel like Deja Vu has a lot of like
weird shit.
Yeah, like they have like the butthole.
Yeah, I see. That's coming up too. That's in like May. Mm-hmm. It might be May 9th. I just seen the
Prettiest butthole contest. Yeah. That's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep. There's a club that I've worked at where they've done like Jello wrestling.
Jello wrestling.
Yeah, they'll make the stage like a wrestling ring. Mm-hmm. And I think one year is Jello wrestling, and I think another one was just like regular like boxing. They get the headgear and everything. And
for anybody, or like
for the girls,
the dancers?
Yeah, for the dancers.
I'm gonna have to see
and it's topless and everything.
That might be fire.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And then it's different. Like the club that I work at now, they've been open for 70 years.
70 years.
70 years.
Doing the same thing?
Being the same club. I mean, it's changed throughout the years, because I think at one point they had like male dancers there. It was like guys' night or something like that. And then I'm not sure if it's always been a bikini bar, but I know it's just been there for a really long time.
Mm-hmm. So how does that work? It's inside, or you guys got an outside area for that?
We have a inside. It's all indoors.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So was it like a upstage, like Hooters?
Yeah, and like we dance on you, so like I've noticed that some clubs, if they're all nude, you can't really like dance on them.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like air dance. And then there's like other clubs. I worked at a topless place where you can dance on them, and then the bikini bar that I danced at, dance on them. And there's usually like little rooms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like ours is not anything. We don't have champagne rooms or anything. We don't offer bottle service or anything like that. So we just, just flat rate. It's just a dance, one song, or how many you
get one song,
or how many you want.
Do you pick the price, or is it a price for the club?
So I am considered an independent contractor, so I can make my own price.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much, the same as everyone else's and stuff like that. Maybe if you piss me off, I'll be like, I'm gonna need that tip.
I went to and you gotta pay to get in, then you gotta pay the DJ, and then you gotta pay her price for the 2 songs.
Oh man. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've heard about it because downtown Detroit you have to have a license to be a dancer.
A license? You usually gotta apply for that, or you gotta go to like a class?
You go to like the police station or whatever, courthouse, and be like, I'd like to purchase a dancer license. And it's usually from like, I've heard dancers cards being $100 to $300. I paid for one in Vegas, and it was just a temporary card.
Yeah.
Because you had to come back in 3 months to get your actual card, and it's only good for 1 year, and you have to renew it every year. So I know, like, you have to just go there, and the way that they did it in Vegas is they like fingerprinted you, and I sat there for like 5 hours. 5 hours. And you just basically, I think it's just to keep track for taxes mainly.
Okay, it makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, everyone in Vegas who's in the service industry, dancers, bartenders, you have to get a like a hospitality card, because that's what we're considered.
Yeah. There.
But I've never had to get a dancer card in Michigan because I don't work downtown. But I've been to Bazooki's downtown. Oh. It's crazy because I follow this like dancer. It's called the Dancer Resource or the Dancer's Locker Room Resource app. And like there's an app that it's basically for dancers, and you can get the dancer reviews. Like, oh, this club, and then it gives like the reviews of from a dancer, an actual dancer, and it gives you like the house fees, prices, dance prices, what kind of club it is, if it's like alternative or more bougie, or like it's just like very informative.
Do y'all sell food?
Not at my home club. The home club is just like pizzas, microwave, popcorn.
Popcorn. I don't know if I want popcorn at the strip club.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
So what do you do outside of dancing?
So, I do. I work in the weed industry.
You said the weed industry?
Weed industry. I travel trimmed, like for 3 years.
What the hell is that?
Like
you just travel around trimming?
Trimming, yep. Travel around
dispensaries?
Trimming. Either dispensary, distribution centers, or like private caregivers and stuff like that.
I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah. Yep. Cause a couple of my friends had a couple of their businesses before the weed industry like went to shit. So I did that for a really long time, and then I did a couple weed vendor events for their companies or whatever. And then I actually have one that I'm going to next weekend, I believe. Yeah, the 19th and 20th for 420 to New Buffalo.
New Buffalo.
Yeah, to like be a vendor girl, basically like, hey, you want to try the product? Stuff like that.
That's the only thing you do, just into weed and dancing?
Well, and then I do my modeling stuff, and like that's just it was a hobby, and then I was starting getting gigs for that because in the summertime I do a lot of festival gigs and stuff like that. I whether private or like this for the city or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I have my dog that pretty much runs my life.
What kind of dog you got?
He's a Chihuahua and Pit Bull mix.
So is he little or big?
He's little. He's like a mini Pit Bull. He looks like a mini Pit Bull. It's so cute.
I don't know if I ever seen a dog like that. A Chihuahua pit mix?
Yeah. His mom.
So, yeah, I was gonna say, which one is
his mom was the Pit Bull and the dad was the Chihuahua.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. He's small as shit.
Because I was like, "Are you serious?" And the lady that I got him from was like, "Yeah, isn't that crazy?" I'm like, "Yeah, that is crazy." Because I found him on Craigslist.
I would have thought he'd have been a little mid, like in the middle. So he's small. He's small like a Chihuahua, like small. And fat.
He's like 10 pounds. I have a purse for him.
You carry around a purse?
I do. I take him everywhere with me. He's been to the dentist. We go to the casino together.
How did you get him in the casino?
Yeah, he's got his own ID card because I got him certified. Yeah.
Is it emotional support?
Mhm.
You say you work with a lot of old people. You ever had some crazy ass experience with one of them, like a crazy ass request or something?
So this is actually really funny. This topless club that I worked at. This girl and she had a regular, and basically he had a breast milk fetish.
A breast milk?
Like
he used to drink it or just?
Yeah. And there was this girl, she was always getting pregnant and then coming to the club, whatever, and I guess she would let him suck on her breast milk. And it was me, her, and my other girlfriend, and we were all hanging out, and he was like, "Let's go do a champagne room, or da-da-da." And I'm like, "Okay." And like the one, she had like 7 kids or something like that.
Yeah.
And then my other girlfriend, she just had naturally big boobs. And then there's me, I'm like, okay, like I have okay boobs, whatever, but not no motherfucking birthing boobs. So what we did is we ordered a Guinness beer, and because he was like, I only want girls that have had kids or something like that for the breast milk. And I was like, okay. So I would dip my boobs in the beer and be like, yeah, it's breasting. Because, like, she could, like, breast milk her stuff and it would, like, be foamy and stuff. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can just fucking pretend. Because he was on coke, so much coke, he couldn't even tell the difference. So we just basically was in the room for an hour sucking on some Guinnesses.
Beer getting drunk as hell.
Yeah.
You can dance while you're pregnant?
Some girls have, yeah.
For how long? Like a couple months?
I know girls that have danced all the way up until like 6 or 7 months.
They showing at that point though. That might be a fetish. People might like this. There might be somebody out there like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
people like a lot of shit.
Yeah. I try not to kink shame, but you know, it's just not my cup of tea. But you know, it's also good it's an exercise, good exercise too.
So how did you get into it? You had to go to like a class, or you just had a pole in your room at one point?
Nope, I didn't have anything. I was dealing with a breakup, and I literally was at my mom's house for a week, and I was like, I can't do this. So my girlfriend at the time was like, well, why don't you come and try working at the club with me? I was like, okay, yeah, you're right, I'll try it. So I drive to Grand Rapids, and I go to the club, get signed up for it, and because this is when we had amateur night, which is like a bunch of girls. It was only one day, and you didn't have to have like an interview process. It was just you sign up, and then your music, check your ID, whatever. And then, so I get there, I'm like, where you at, girl? I'm here. She didn't respond to me. She's like, and then like an hour later, she's like, I'm on the way or whatever. I just remember taking 3 shots of tequila and she never showed up. And I just like went and auditioned.
That sounds like a movie. Like.
Yep, and then I got the job and then I moved to Grand Rapids within that week.
Where'd you come from though?
So I was living at my mom's in Howard City.
I don't know where that's at.
Yeah, it's middle of nowhere pretty much.
So you gotta audition at every club, like is that the interview, the audition, or do you gotta do an actual interview?
So some clubs will have you come in. Like, it's different everywhere. There's corporate clubs, the big name clubs like Deja Vu, Spearmint Rhino, all that. They basically take your photo, send it into corporate, and it's a yes or a no. Some will have you dance, some won't. They'll just look at you and say no. And then there's some clubs that you just go in, they check your, because you have to go like a background check or something like that, just to make sure you're a citizen or you're not wanted. And then, yeah, so you just go in, check that, and then you can dance audition. And then mostly it's only for one stage set, and then you get done, talk to the manager, and either some will let you dance the night of, or you have to come back.
Mm.
And then, like, I've heard of girls who they will audition at a new club and will only be able to come back on day shift, and they have to like pretty much prove themselves, their hustle or whatever, and then they can go on night shift.
Okay, because they should be boring as hell.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I mean, it's fun in the summertime because you do get the golfers and everything, so that's pretty fun. I would say like from May to December is pretty decent time.
I feel like December might be the worst because Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss. I mean, that's when your regulars you gotta band the regulars up together and like, oh my god, thank you.
What percentage of married men you think coming in?
I feel like 3/4 of them are probably married coming in there for sure.
I feel that. You get like bachelor parties and shit too?
I've done private bachelor parties, and then some clubs will have like a bachelor come get a dance in front of everyone on stage. I've actually had a frat house come in, and they come every year because it must be like a
like tradition,
tradition.
New,
they come in every year and serenade us to a song, and like it's so funny.
Is there an age limit, like
for dancers?
People still dance at like 45?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Mhm.
See, I thought at some point they would probably start cutting you off. Maybe like 45.
I think no, I don't. I think that's when you realize it when the money stops coming.
Oh, yeah.
And you start getting mean.
I don't know. I feel like at some point they might have to cut you off. I don't think you should be past 50 at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
It might be out there.
I can't judge because I've seen a lot of older women come out of retirement lately because it's been so bad. I remember I did a music video in an abandoned strip club. Like, they couldn't open or whatever.
I didn't get in there.
Well, it was the guy knew the owner or
okay.
whatever. I think it was actually during COVID too.
Mm-hmm.
So there wasn't anybody in there, so we just did a music video.
Was the song good at least?
The video was cool. I mean, the editor did a great job.
But the song was ass?
Yeah.
That's usually how it be. How long you guys closed for in COVID? The whole year?
I think like almost a year and a half actually, because we opened for like 4 months or 2 months, and then we closed for 4.
So has anybody you ever seen anybody fall? Like
I've fallen.
You fall?
I fell up. I have fallen off the pole one time. I was too confident in a trick, and like I had the pole back here, and I was spinning so fast I didn't realize like how to dismount. So I just dropped. Face first, but I like had my but I made it look cute.
Like you ain't seen nobody just get knocked out. Like, I see videos all the time. People just fall straight down and just. them to die.
Almost is terrifying. An exotic dancer in the US has fallen.
So my pole is not even, it's like only 10 foot, if that.
How high it goes up to? You go up past 10 feet?
Well, actually, yeah, it can go past 10 feet, but my ceilings are really low. And then even the club that I work at, it's kind of a lower ceiling.
Yeah, past 10 feet, tall as hell.
Mm-hmm. There's a club that in Battle Creek where you have to like go up these stairs and you have to fireman drop on the pole.
Down the pole. That might be fire.
Yeah.
Like that's your entrance to come down?
Yeah.
That might be fire.
Yeah, that's what I said. And it's actually really cute in there.
That might
but I've never worked there. I just know a couple girls that I have.
Mm-hmm. So dancers be beefing, or is it like a myth?
Oh yeah, there's definitely beef in the clubs. There's a lot of jealousy in the club, but it's when you get a group of girls in, it's inedible. For an experience, you know.
A therapist, like people pay just to talk.
Yeah, yep, just to talk or back rubs. Like I know this customer that just only comes in for this girl and they just sit and talk in the back for hours, and he'll ask her to give him a massage, the back massage or whatever.
They pay for that?
Mm-hmm.
No, that shit crazy. You ever had some shit like that?
I mean, I've had a customer just pay me in the back just to hang out and talk. Yeah. I actually had this older customer. He was a little old man, and he would always want to slow dance. So yeah, I would slow dance with him.
In the middle of the club?
No, in a VIP.
Okay. I was gonna say the middle of the club might be cringe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what was the pettiest reason you ever cut somebody off or stopped talking to somebody? I stopped talking to somebody because she didn't believe my lie. That's what. What the hell is this?